Hey, I've got another vlog here for you. Vlog number 43. I wanted to touch back up on vlog number 14. And for those who don't remember vlog number 14, if you have not memorized every vlog title that I've made at this point, I'm just kidding. But yeah, vlog number 14 was the Legend of Zelda movie will not be made by elimination. And I am correct on that. I actually did predict this. But people still want the movie made by elimination. So there is now news that there is going to be a Legend of Zelda movie. And it is going to be live action. A lot of people, they're like, live action, this should be animated. And yeah, I do kind of agree with that. It should be animated. But, you know, I'm still going to be interested in seeing a live action take on the video game. But I am wondering what kind of Legend of Zelda. Is it going to be like Link is going to be a kid, or is he going to be like an adult Link? So I'm kind of just wondering about what is this movie going to be like. So this is like just brand new news, so we are still probably going to have a lot more news coming out and kind of like piecing together the puzzle of the movie and who's all going to be what. I think everybody's mainly concerned on who's going to be Link, because that is the main character. So yeah, I am interested on how they're going to go around with this movie. It is going to be made by Sony, which is crazy to think about because it's a Nintendo game being made by Sony. Or yeah, like a Nintendo product. So this is going to be very interesting because Illumination, Nintendo was heavily involved with the Mario movie, and it turned out to be really, really good. So maybe Nintendo will be on Nintendo being on Nintendo's back, Nintendo being on Sony's back about how this movie is going to go. So I really hope this is going to be good. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like quote or like Easter eggs or something. So I'm going to have to touch back up on my Legend of Zelda. Probably will not replay the first one. I have beaten the first one, but I just I'm glad I beat it, but I'm not going to go back to it again. Probably like Oblivion. It's not a Nintendo product or Nintendo game. It's part of the Elder Scrolls series. But yeah, I did not like Oblivion. I really didn't, and I was just like so like ready to get it over with. You know, I might play it again. Maybe just like the first time I just had a bad experience, but maybe the second time I'll kind of understand a little bit more. But I'm also used to like playing like Skyrim, so if it, you know, playing like the older game might not be as good as the new game, but that's not always the case. That's not always the case with games. And there are people that do love Oblivion. But back to The Legend of Zelda. Yeah, like I said, it's not going to be made by Illumination, so I was correct on that. I did foresee the future by just using basic, you know, thinking. Like, you know, Illumination is known for their family-friendly stuff, so Legend of Zelda movie might not go well because, you know, Link has to swing a sword and kill things. And then there's also like the argument, oh well, when Mario kills whenever he stomps on their head, or like he stomps on the turtles' heads and then kick their shells off of a cliff or whatever. You can make all arguments you want, but Mario is more of a family friendly than how Legend of Zelda is. And they have shown that quite well with the Elimination movie. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that there is going to be a Legend of Zelda movie coming out, and it's going to be produced by Sony Pictures. So, very, very weird combo. Oh, another like quick little, did you know, or like quick little fact, but yeah, in the Super Nintendo, okay, Nintendo was going to make like a disc-based system, and they were going to partner with Sony, or not Sony, who was it? I can't remember what company it was called. But anyways, they were going to. It was a company before they were called Sony, and Nintendo was like, "Hey, we should make a disc-based console." And then the company was like, "Oh yeah, okay, let's do it." And Nintendo was like, "Nah, we're gonna go with Philips." And then thus became the Philips CDI, and thus became the company that got backed out of, formed as Sony. And Sony, in revenge, made the PlayStation 1. And there's going to be people that are like, well, it's actually called the PSX, but I'm going to call it the PlayStation 1. Yeah, that is the quick little fact. But if you look at the Super Nintendo, there is a Sony chip in there. So that is very interesting. Just repairing consoles, and I was like, wait a second, that's a Sony chip on a Nintendo console. What is this? Yeah, that is a quick little fact for you. But yeah, that's about the end of this video.